All right, welcome back. So we got a quote from Tim Ferriss today. He says, "Life punishes the vague wish and rewards the specific ask." This is what this means to me is like you really have to be specific for what you want. And Charlie Morgan completely, backs this up with all of the mindset training in week 2 of his Imperium Academy and a bunch of his other videos. But you have to be really, really clear on what you want. And even just like for the tasks that you have to do in the day, like it doesn't work. It won't, you won't make progress if you're just like, oh, I need to get some work done today. That's so vague. You're not going to get anything done. But if you're like, I need to finish the fulfillment for the, even that, like that's still vague. I need to uh edit the copy of this homepage for this plumbing company. That's specific. That's a task that you can complete in one sitting, and that's you're gonna get done. But like you got to get so specific. And I know I'm not good at this. Like even like the tasks I write down, it's like way too general. Like work on project for this client. Uh, I don't know. Write write follow-up message templates. Like it's I don't know. I'm way too vague too often. And even yeah, I could go on. But I think that is kind of the gist. And so I endeavor to make specific asks, and rightfully so. Life should punish the vague wish and reward the specific ask. Today is day 75 of the agency speedrun 021 million. We're going to go over YouTube comment Q&A. Looks like Theo left us a comment. Hey Lincoln, just curious, if the cold email / looms plus warm call plus great intro attraction offer worked well for the previous agency, and the main thing was just being consistent with outreach, why not continue to do that outreach method for this agency? Great question. Let me think. Yeah, like that's the great thing. Honestly, that's the great thing about being so public with this whole agency journey is like obviously I don't have the answers. Obviously, I'm not like every decision I make isn't does not make sense. And I love getting feedback from people like you, Theo. I really appreciate that. Honestly, I didn't even really know. Did I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. But part of it was I like originally when I did this, it was because I just like didn't want a cold call because it's too arduous. And so and it was just like took too much energy and like it just sucks the life out of me. Um and so I wanted to avoid doing cold calls. So I was like, okay, what can I do? I still need clients. And so I did cold emails / looms and then warm calls, and it didn't work at first. And then I did like a great intro offer. I did basically like a 2-week trial. I was doing Google business profile optimization as the intro offer for that. And so I basically did like a 2-week free trial. That was like the intro offer, or sorry, attraction offer. And it worked pretty good. It worked pretty good. That was a couple years ago. So I don't know if that's still, you know, viable, but looms weren't super popular at that point. People weren't really receiving them. And it was pretty, I don't know, it was pretty unheard of that people were offering free Google business profile optimization for 2 weeks. And it was great because in 2 weeks, I generally could show them some kind of increase in their rankings, especially if I like really encourage them to get any kind of like additional reviews in that time period. So it was really great. And I closed a really solid percentage of like the free work that I did. So it's 100% worth it. But as far as why not continue that for this agency, I told myself when I started this, when I niched down to plumbers, and I was like, hey, I'm going to do it proper this time. that I'm going to stick with cold calling and not change to any other method or entertain any other ideas. That's what I originally told myself. I am starting to second guess that and to, like, you know, your question is suggesting, uh, do more than that. Posting content. I was always going to eventually post content, specifically on Instagram and YouTube. Um, and that was always part of the plan. And I mean, it really does. Like I already know how to set up all the cold email stuff with Instantly, Google Workspace, and like I mean now there's like so many different Google Workspace resellers. It makes it super super easy. Um, it really would not be that hard to set that up. And also with Go High Level doing like text SMS outreach, which is even easier. And uh, up until I would say like 2 weeks ago, I've been like dead set on like only cold calling, only cold calling. That's the only path for me. That's the only path for me. In the last 2 weeks, I've definitely like started to change my position on that, and I am entertaining other options, and so we'll see. Um, I think the simplest to get started would be SMS because I already have Go High Level. I already have A2P registration set up. I already have phone numbers on there. I already have leads. I already have mobile numbers scraped and they're enriched. Like I know they're valid. Like it's really not that complicated. So what I will probably end up doing is ripping, a few hundred cold SMS and try a couple different offers, make it really good so that I get some decent response rates, really good offer, and I'm gonna kind of see from that, and basically do the same thing, cold SMS, plus great intro offer, and then as soon as they reply or show any kind of interest, just warm call them. I know it's their cell phone, and try to book in a meeting or close a deal right then and there if they're free. That's the plan. Yeah, really appreciate the feedback, Theo, and you're totally right. On that note, we're gonna go over to the input tracker. So today is Monday, March 16. We're gonna go over yesterday. Yes, traveling still yesterday, and it was the weekend, so did not do much, which is a-okay. And on that, we're gonna end it here. So till next time, cheers.